How is it going? It's Carl Treslove here. I haven't made a little YouTube for a little while, but I mean, I'm quite regular on the platform. Um, yeah, what was I going to say? So obviously, with these videos, I don't always know what is going to come out. I most of the time I don't know what's coming out. It's normally amalgamation of different conversations that I've had, running themes that are going on throughout my life, and or that I'm seeing, in the world around me, and they kind of come together in this amalgamation and come out in I guess wisdoms. Really, I don't always like that word, but philosophy, things that uh, need to be looked at or addressed. So when I was in spiritualist churches, that would be part of the demonstrations. You would do a demonstration of mediumship, and you would also do an address, which would be spiritual philosophy that wanted to come forward and wanted to come through. With that training, the thing that I got very good at was getting myself out of the way to enable, information to flow through. That's what the skill is in regards to the work that I do. So what wants to come forward within this moment? That's the interesting question, isn't it? Maybe there's nothing. And sometimes I think that perhaps that in itself is something, Sometimes we don't have to do anything. I think that, there's a lot of, what's the word? Impetus within the world of doing, achieving, succeeding. And I think that often we can distract ourselves with work and relationships and, busyness. And whilst I like to be busy, I enjoy being busy, there is such a power that comes in stillness. Of course there is, which is what meditation is for. But yeah, my mother often says, if you don't know what to do, don't do anything. And I think that there is definitely some truth within that. And I think that stillness helps us to be with ourselves. It helps us to process our emotions, our feelings. Often, I see with people that I work with or people in the spiritual community, a lot of running and distracting. And we do this in lots of different ways because, we don't always want to feel pain. This is why there is blessing in pain, because, we are going to feel things. We have to feel them. And if we don't feel them, then we will find a way to hide from them and hide from it and run away from it. And that can build you an empire. It can build you a marriage. It can build you lots of different things. But the foundation is faulty because what you've built it on is pain. That's somebody. That's not somebody. It's somebody is building. So yeah, it's a worker's tool and not a person making a horrible noise. But yeah, we distract ourselves in lots of different modalities, and I think that sometimes obviously is detrimental to how we're growing. Now, once again, I would always say this: there's godliness in all of it. So even if we're in a point where we can't feel our emotions and we can't feel our feelings, or we're in denial or suppression of those, that's okay too. I very much want to see divine perfection in the world. And that doesn't mean because I want to see it, I see it. It means that I see it because it is there. So I am so interested in how we can find godliness in trauma, in our pain, in our conditioning, in our programming, because maybe that is God working too. And like I said, even if you build an empire or build a relationship or build whatever from pain, maybe that's part of your pathway in your journey. That's the godliness in it too. I think we can look at the mechanics of the whys and what fors 100%, which I'm also interested in because I think that it's helpful. I also am aware that some people never transcend their pain, they never transcend their conditioning, and they maybe don't need to. You know, we think that just because somebody has a set of conditions that they need to, you know, they need to outgrow them. Actually, that no, you know, it doesn't have to be this constant, you know, uh, evolution that looks in the way that we can limit it in our mind. So, without sounding wanky, what I mean is, you know, I think everybody's going to grow into and fulfill what they're here to do or be, but it doesn't have to look like what we expect it to look like. And you know, some people will just kind of stay very constant and steady throughout their life, even though they get older and they're just more of themselves. You know, so yeah. I mean, I think that there's a lot of different things that are coming out within this space right now. You know, uh, we have the basis of how trauma informs our life, how maybe there can be godliness in trauma, the fact that we shouldn't negate the human experience of that. We have to feel those things because it can directly impact the things that are created within our life. And the fact that actually stillness and sometimes doing nothing, if you are in a process where you are getting rid of some old things, because like I said, not everybody's going to do that, but if you are specifically sitting with your emotions and your feelings and not running or distracting yourself in all of these different modalities, is going to help you to really see yourself clearly and see your life very clearly and understand where you should be going and what it is that you should be doing. And I think that this is the message of this video. So, you know, sometimes it's that thing, you know, you start and you go and things unpick themselves, and then all of a sudden what wants to come out comes out, which is often, you know, really it's the way I hold space for people and how I work. You know, if I'm doing ongoing sessions with them, the tarot work that I do is a lot more just direct information given over. But, you know, ongoing, we sit down and we work out what is going on. So yeah, so I think that the message has come out in the space that it wants to come out. If you are moving through, you know, your old conditions and programs, just, you know, sit with it, know that it's a natural part of your journey and your process. And also understand that even if you feel like you're stuck, you're where you're meant to be. So that's also part of your spiritual journey, your soul's growth. I said this before, you cannot escape what you are here to do and what you are here to be. Your what's the word? Your fullest expression is assured. There's certainty in it. Because that's what you're here for. Everything, your trauma conditioning, programming, pain, all of it is going to help you to become what it is that you are here to be. That's the godliness in it. And yes, we can break down the mechanics of how you navigate that 100%, but also know that it sits in a totality that is much larger than yourself. So if anybody wants me or needs me, you can get me. My website is kyletreslove.com. My Calendly is kyletreslove326. The differences between those spaces is if you go through my website, I have hour sessions and smaller, just if you have a specific question, 20-minute sessions. The Calendly is 45 minutes. You can book that in yourself in regards to appointment time, appointment day. It updates my calendar. We get a link to the video call. So that's, you know, super wonderful, super great. Ongoing sessions, I have my set of 6 sessions. They are not tarot focused, but we sit down and we look at your life. We drop in every week to 2 weeks. So yeah, they are £300. The hour sessions of tarot, £80, 45 minutes, £60, 20 minutes, £30. That's all the money things done. Also, my PayPal is at Kyle Treslove. If you want to give for these videos and you want to contribute, because every little helps, then you are more than welcome to do so. Please don't be, Please don't feel obligated to, because by no means do you have to, of course. You know, so I think that's what I'm going to say. Have the most beautiful, blessed day. Remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. Until we connect again soon in a